Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Linda here. Wherever you are in the world when you find this little video, I say hello, happy everything. I'm going to pull 3 cards on this Thursday, Jupiter Day, yellow. I got myself a little something that's yellow now to honor the planet, honor the day, and in doing so, honor myself. I am fully appreciating and believing in the rituals of self-care, and the more that I do loving kindness to myself first and foremost, the easier it is to have a rippling effect, I find, in the giving and the receiving in my little world around me. Excuse me. I'm hoping everybody's week so far has been really good. It's been a week of transition here for me, just slight transitions in my schedule. I'm trying to incorporate more yoga in my daily life again. I'm spending more time meditating and visualization because that fills my tank. There's certain things that you'll hear me say a lot as we move forward together in whatever these videos and possible extension of partnership or coaching, whatever it is that may come from these. I'm still working it out myself, but I know that there's more here, and my personal mission is to help myself and others live our best lives. Quality of life means everything, as well as quality of dying and death and dying, but that's a whole nother subject. So hoping your week has been good. As I started to say, I'm still having a lot of allergies. This is my first summer here in Florida, and I'm recognizing and understanding I'm not alone in the level of bugs and allergies that people and animals experience here. So I'm not alone. That makes me feel good. But if you're out there and you're suffering in any way, then know that you're not alone, and you have somebody that is thinking and has intentions on your behalf to help us do better and be better. That's my wish all the time. My prayer is, may we be well and happy, free from harmful change. May any obstacles to our spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being be removed. May we be enlightened in this lifetime. I feel like we can do better and be better when we're lifting ourselves up and doing our best to lift one another up. We're all in the same boat. So this is a come as you are and bloom where you're planted kind of place that I'm establishing here with you. Yeah. So I'm going to take a little breath, and I think before I begin to pull the cards, I'm going to do I'm going to show you a little thing that I learned long time ago. I have meditation practice, mindfulness practice, and while a lot of it can be, kind of misinterpreted or whatever, I'm just going to give you the nuggets that I love, that work for me and have worked for me over the years. And this one is like a Tonglen practice, and what it is you're breathing in the pain and suffering that you feel, with the understanding that if you're feeling it, the likelihood that others are feeling it is quite high. And breathing it in is kind of counterintuitive to what we really want to do, which is to repel it or push it away, or, you can have your own crap, I'm going to keep mine. But the idea is to breathe in the suffering, to hold the space of suffering, whatever it is. So I've been talking about allergies for the animals and the people, including myself, that have been you know, that is a point of suffering. If your histamine levels are off the chart, allergies, I used to think allergies were an immune deficiency, but really it's an overactive immune system, and so it needs some calming down. So I want to breathe in and do just a simple little practice. And so what that is, I'm going to get myself seated in a slightly straighter way here and put myself more in the center. This, by the way, is one of my paintings. I'll show you that before I begin. Let me see if I can do that. And I created it somewhere in the process of when I was divorcing, and the purpose was to help remind myself of who and what I am, because I'm visually minded and I see a lot of symbols and things. Sometimes I see symbols and I don't even know if they really exist, and I do a little Google search and I go, oh my God, there really is that. So that painting was like, you know, I want a symbol for, you know, me as a survivor, me as a this, me as a that, and so that's where that came from. But now that I'm seated, I'm going to, you know, in meditation, and in this place of bloom where you're planted, don't be too particular if you can't sit up straight right now for whatever reason. But if you're not in, like, you know, lotus, which is crisscross applesauce, you know, and there's different variations of it where your, you know, your feet are kind of like this, let's say, or both feet are on the top in the lotus for yoga. If you're just seated with your feet flat on the floor, that's fine. Try to imagine that you have a string that's pulling you up to keep your spine erect, and this is to keep the flow of energy of the spine. Receiving, giving and receiving of energy for yourself. And it's a good mindfulness. It's a good mindfulness reminder, you know, wherever you are, you can sit a little straighter in this moment. So let's see. I'm going to take a couple breaths so that I can feel centered, and then I'll speak it all through so that you can hear me doing this. And if it resonates and you want to incorporate it into your practice, then that's awesome. And if not, no problem, you know. So I'm going to take a breath. Usually I like to breathe in for a count of 3, and then I hold it, and then I exhale it, and then I hold it. And then I repeat that 2 more times. So I'll take an inhale. I don't know if you were able to hear the little restriction, the sound on the exhale. It was slightly lighter than that. That is a type of pranayama, which is a breathing exercise, and it's deliberate to sort of slightly constrict the airflow on the exhale. And it's a calming breath. So that's another little tip. But so what I'm hoping to do, and what I'd like to do in this moment, as I take my next breath in, it's going to be a fuller, deep breath. I'm going to inhale through my diaphragm, through the lower belly, and I'm going to imagine the breath filling up into the upper part of the lungs, which is right, believe it or not, up until, you know, towards the collarbone. And when I take that inhale, I am going to be asking, well, I'll just do this right here and now. I'm breathing in for all the animals and the humans that may be suffering from allergies in this moment of time. wishing to breathe out a moment of peace for us all. Ease of suffering. That felt good. I'd like to do that again. Inhaling for all the animals and the plants and the beings. Can plants? I always ask for the plants to receive these blessings too. I don't know if plants can. Well, why not? Maybe they do feel some sort of an allergic reaction to something. It's usually the plants that are causing it for us animals. Let's see. Breathing in for the animals and the humans. Breathing out, may we all receive a little bit more of ease of suffering, peace in our minds, heart, body, souls, and spirits. So that was nice. I have 3 decks. I'm going to pull 1 card from each deck. They're oracle decks, and they're just to give little, maybe there's something that wants to be known right in this moment in time that could be a useful little thing to be aware of or be mindful of as our day progresses, as we head closer to the weekend. Thursday is color yellow, planet Jupiter. It's the point of spiritual connections, community connections, those types of things. So whatever ways that means to you, I'm looking to widen my own sphere of community and receive as well as give. So I'm taking the Mystic Art Medicine deck cards first because these are the ones that are like, yes, yes, yes. Usually don't pick them first, but today they're going to be picked first. Okay. Transformation just flipped over. So we know that transformation is with us. You know, it's been with us. It's been a card that keeps getting picked and picked and picked. In the tarot, it's the death card. Don't be scared of the death card or the, transformation, tower cards, all these things that are seemingly like, it's the same thing. Like the desire is to have an aversion to these things, but when we can breathe things in and it can dissolve away some of the sting maybe, or anyway. So I'm gonna do another card too, because why not, right? And I was trying to just shuffle the cards, and then this thing just came right out, and here's another one that just wants to come out. So grace, beautiful. That's awesome. And these are color harmonies. The blue and the blue-orange are complementary colors. So lovely. And we have masculine and feminine represented here. I see, if I look, I see what looks to be moon. And she appears to be watery. She looks like a mermaid, actually. So this would be something like a goddess like Yamaya, a watery goddess, providing us grace. Look at those colors, they're gorgeous. And transformation, a lot of sunny golden yellows in tarot. The sun card is what this is making me think of, but transformation refers to, the death card change. This is the one, I've picked it before. It has lots of your Egyptian hieroglyphs, symbols and stuff. So before we go to the other decks, let's just see the nuggets of transformation. I don't even know if this deck has, this deck is so old, 145. 145 says sister healing. It goes in alphabetical order. 146 goes to your daily deck. It starts showing you things. So transformation doesn't even exist as a description in here. So we can know that, you know, change is upon us. Change is upon us all the time. What's the saying? It's all about change, you know. The only thing you can't change in life is, what do they say, death and taxes or something like that? I don't know. I'm not so good with my sayings. I like slang a lot, but anyway, let's go to grace. So in knowing that transformation is coming, and it's here, change is with us all the time. So be gracious to yourself and be gracious to those around you. Everyone is going through something. We're all in the same boat, meaning we're all in a place of growth and renewal, in change. We all experience suffering to some degree, and we're not in any kind of competition to see who's suffering the most here. There are people and peoples and places that are in extreme poverty and war and extreme levels of suffering. And we can have empathy and compassion and put ourselves, that's the point of meditation, is to put yourself in that place of empathy for another, so that you can, without having to go through it yourself, you can go through the level of understanding of, God, what would it be like if something, God forbid, was like that here? And it's not to call it in, it's to say, how might I do better and be better for myself and my people around me, so that we can do better. We can do better and be better. Okay, so grace. Well, this says, Yamaya, goddess of the oceans and the moon, hear the sirens sing her mystic's tune. Sea and shells adorn her crown. Don't let the darkness take you down. Sit with grace on your mermaid throne. Many paths on the journey home. All is perception, to each his own. The message for you here is to open, soften, give, and receive elegantly. That's such a good phrase. I like the way that's said. Pretend you are grace, even if you don't believe it. First, be in the willingness to let go of hardened ideas that don't feel good. Recognize patterns of feeling you are alone, or that you're higher or lower than another. Grace is about saying yes to receptivity because you honor and love yourself. In saying yes to this medicine, you have the choice to awaken into a more graceful you. That's gorgeous. I've never picked that card before. That's beautiful. It says, whether you are male or female, in order to authentically embody the true feminine aspect of yourself, and I do agree, I refer to it as divine masculine, divine feminine. We have these sacred aspects of male and female in us. How could we not? If we have all the elements in us, certain elements are masculine, certain elements are feminine. So why are we even bitching about these things? About anyway, okay. Whether you are male or female, in order to authentically embody true feminine aspect of yourself, allowing grace to be fully actualized, you need to be able to be open to receive. Some people tend to only give, eventually depleting themselves and feeling resentful. Find a balance in receiving gracefully so that you can be replenished. And if nobody's giving to you on the outside, give something to yourself. And I'm not speaking about anything monetarily. I'm speaking about loving kindness, being gracious with yourself. When you look in the mirror, what do you say? When you see a picture of yourself, what do you say? If it's something kind, then awesome. You're giving yourself a gift in that way. If it's something like, you know, if you're picking apart and being overly critical, maybe ask yourself, is this really a gift to myself to receive that right now? Sometimes it is to be critical of oneself. You know, anything that's, you know, hear me talk about the swang. If you're, oh my God, I'm so awesome, I always do everything right. Well, that's probably not true. Oh, I'm, you know, a piece of crap and blah, blah, blah. That's also not true. Somewhere in the middle is what we're striving for, the middle way. And my middle way may not look and act as just like your middle way, and that's also the way I think it should be and could be. Okay, sacred cards. That wanted to come out and play today too. So a card for this Thursday for community, we have grace and transformation already on our sides here. So, okay, seems like a 2-card draw here. We have Shaman's Death again, the 4 and the 1. So the 4 is what now? The Emperor. Yes, the Emperor. So that is a masculine. And the Magician is the number 1, another masculine. The number 5, Hierophant. So we're talking about masculine, if I have all these correct. And you have to bear with me with my brain. Sometimes I mess up, but I do like to correct myself. Death and rebirth. So again, transformation. Hello, we have the confirmation. We're going through a transformation. Spiritually, emotionally, physically. The shaman's death is and that was what I was talking about even in a meditation practice. In meditation, if we are allowing ourselves even the opening to think about something that we wouldn't normally want to think about, Buddhists will often reflect on the nature of impermanence, meaning the death of the body. And the purpose of that is to get to the higher quality of life. How do you want to live, you know? So, and the shaman's death is referring to the initiation practices that a shaman will go through. And what that is the volunteering of, to put oneself in a temporary place of discomfort and suffering for the purpose of learning, growth, you know, shifting and transformation. So, and then War Bonnet, 26. So the number 2 card is the in the tarot is the High Priestess, feminine, and the 6 are the Lovers. Put it together, we have 8, which is usually about conflict. But what is the 8 card in the Major Arcana? Let me look that up. So I find that interesting too, because these cards, you know, like the other day I pulled a card and it was Lovers, but it must have been a 1 and a 5, which 1 plus 5 equals 6, which is Lovers, but I think 15 is like the Devil. So, I mean, you know, these things show that there's dichotomies, you know. Oh, not the Devil, the Tower. No. Yeah, the Devil, 15. I had it right the first time. So, let's see, what a 6, 7, 8, Strength. The Strength card, Healing card. That's if we were to, you know, kind of get all into it, which is what I'm obviously doing. So let me look to see what this, I haven't pulled this card either before, ever. War Bonnet, it says advance. So it seems like it's a call to arms, right? To get yourself ready and prepared, not in the place of, presumably not in the place of defensiveness, but being proactive. not from a place of paranoia, but being proactive. That's my take on it, but we'll see what it says. I've not ever pulled that card before. So let's see. There's like a little poem in the beginning. War bonnet of the warrior clan, honors you have earned, eagle feathers, lofty thoughts, courage you have learned. Teach us of the forward thrust, advancing to the right, parley now, counsel fire, wisdom true and bright. If the war bonnet has appeared in your cards today, it's time to advance. Don't waste energy on going backward or staying in the doldrums. Oh, this is even better than I could have even imagined. You are now able to move to the next step on the sacred path. Like a war-bonneted chief, you have earned the right to learn the next set of life's mysteries. Wow, so it's an initiation. And that's what these are too. They're a kind of initiation. So, way to go. If you landed on this video, you are agreeing to be initiated, to level up into your own life, into your own next level. Take your medicine bundle and all the strengths it represents and charge ahead. That's the magician, by the way. The advance can be on any level. Your spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional healings are understood through life's experiences. You can now approach your destiny with every feather you have earned. That's beautiful. Marking your past victories and see the destiny you've chosen emerging before you. Your medicine is strong and will allow the advancement you need at this time. So take that in whatever ways that can resonate for you. If it doesn't, just leave it behind. Not necessary for you in this time. We'll see how many cards wants to come out of the third deck, which is the Kuan Yin Oracle. For this Thursday, day of Jupiter. These cards are just coming out quickly. Sisters of the Sun Rising. And only one card wanted to come out and play here, the number 28. So 2 is the, what did I just say, High Priestess, so that's Divine Feminine. The 8 is the Strength card, so a card of healing in the Major Arcana. Also, if we add these 2 plus 8 together is 10. 1 is the Magician, and 0 is the Fool, the Trust card. So, and you know, there's a cycle, a sacred cycle in all of this. So, new beginnings, Sisters of the Sun Rising. It looks like we're not going to be alone, that we're being told that we are, you know, our support is here, and we can rest assured that we'll be held well. But I want to read what this has to say as well. So there's great mystery and strength in numbers. Let's see what this has to say. All right. You are a highly creative being with the potential to help raise the vibration of consciousness on the planet through your creative projects, works, dreams, and hobbies. The power of collaboration, choosing to work with others in joint projects, allows for synergy to occur where you can grow stronger and become more than the sum of your individual parts, calling on great cosmic assistance and potency. You are guided to remain open to the other souls joining forces with you. Just like the Sisters of the Sun Rising that bring great energy to help humanity through their group endeavors, when you allow for aligned group effort, much that is wonderful can occur. That's really awesome. It gives a healing. It gives a journal prompts for those of you that like these types of things. I'll read it, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Sit with your journal and write a letter to any person that you've had a collaborative relationship with that feels unsatisfying, unfulfilling, disappointing, or incomplete. I'm chuckling because, yeah, that is occurring in my world, and so I'm tuning in. I'm listening up. What do you have to say to me? In your letter, express yourself. And at the end of the letter, express your intention to let go so that you are both free, offer forgiveness, and when you're ready, read the letter aloud and then burn it and scatter the ashes carefully into the earth, checking thoroughly first that they're fully extinguished. That's awesome. I often say to burn the prayer to go up into the ethers. Then sit down, it says, and write a letter to those souls that you're currently working with or would like to work with. They might be musicians, artists, writers, healers, publishers, agents, promoters, accountants, or actors. The possibilities are vast. Write a letter about what kind of collaborations you might like to attract and what outcomes you'd like to see. Imagine it like a heavenly advertisement with the Sisters of the Sun Rising, a glorious gathering of community effort, shining their love and support to your words. When you feel happy with what you've specified, read it aloud, then fold it up and place it somewhere sacred, perhaps in your journal, in your meditation space, or under a crystal in the garden. Give thanks for the guidance that led you to do this so that you would be ready to receive. It has a little prayer. A prayer of the Sisters of the Sun Rising. Beloved Sisters of the Sun Rising, sweet Sister Kuan Yin, thank you for your help now in opening my heart fearlessly and with confidence, faith, friendliness, firm boundaries, and an open mind to be inspired, supported, and helped in making successful, creative collaborations. May all such relationships be blessed in my life now. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Well, that's just lovely, and I couldn't have asked for any better cards for this moment in time. So may you be well, and we're at 33 minutes, so until the next time,